Hi everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general collective weekend check-in. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out this weekend or over the next several days. This reading may or may not be for you, so please only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. We have the moon still making its way through Cancer. We have a couple of moon aspects today with the moon sextile Uranus, the moon trine Jupiter. We also have the moon trine the sun and Neptune throughout the night tonight. So, and then we also have the moon opposition Pluto tomorrow before the moon kind of enters into Leo. And then tomorrow we also have the sun in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So it's really this very increased emotional sensitivity coming through, a lot of heightened awareness, I feel, especially when it comes to our intuition and our empathic gifts. I think a lot of us are going to be deeply affected when it comes to, you know, linking our thoughts with our feelings, when it comes to our outer environment, whether this is going to be a positive or negative experience. I think it's going to depend on your own personal journey and placements within your chart. But I feel it's going to feel like easy to kind of handle these emotions to some degree, because it's really fluent energy flow is kind of what's coming through. So it's like this merging energy. So you might be feeling a lot of higher awareness. And I think this energy is allowing us to kind of bring into our awareness these negative behavioral patterns that we're kind of needing to release. And instead of, you know, playing into the conflict, I think there's going to be this huge release of confusion. There's going to be like a temporary period of disillusionment, I feel, which is going to bring some clarity forward when it comes to our spiritual beliefs, when it comes to our beliefs in love. And, you know, I kind of just feel the energy this weekend is very idealistic when it comes to, you know, making peace with some past disappointments and losses within relationships. And it's kind of like going to allow us to go deep within our own personal identity is kind of what I think. So I also feel, though, because of the Cancer energy, it's all about, you know, the fourth house, home, family, and deep roots. So I think a lot of us are just kind of releasing some ideals that we once held and really getting grounded in our own personal spiritual beliefs moving forward. So, you know, this is like the perfect weekend for those that want to live the dream life and bring that into, you know, our reality, because we can, you know, take advantage of this imaginative shift and ground these ideas for the future. So it's kind of asking us to release our inhibitions a little bit, to open up and kind of flow, and what was once kind of suppressed and repressed, to bring that to the surface and express it. So it's about, you know, really expressing that love that you have for somebody else, looking deep into yourself, deep into the mirror type energy, with all of this psychic awareness coming through, and, you know, finding that clarity when it comes to your direction for the future kind of energy. So I think a lot of imaginative, innovative energy coming forward, and it's this like gateway, I feel, this weekend when it comes to freedom from our old ways, our old patterns, and processing any disturbing thought patterns, and releasing those negative energies and going with that gut instinct. So, you know, trusting in that first intuitive hunch, and releasing all of this past hurt. You know, I think this might also trigger, you know, wanting to hide away, mask, and disguise your feelings. But I think we're here to kind of embrace our human side, our emotions. And when we kind of tap into that emotional vulnerability, that's when we can really tap into deep love and affection with ourselves, with another, and we can really embrace our heightened sensitivity. So I think learning something new is going to come really easy in the energy. I can hear my dog up there. I have no idea what she's doing, but it sounds like she's got something that she's crinkling. But anyway, I kind of feel this really is a significant weekend when it comes to really understanding and following your life path and understanding your manifesting potentials. So It's all very harmonious aspects coming through. So, you know, this is where we can tap into our artistic, creative abilities and turn that into like our personal interests when it comes to building foundations for the future. We can manifest anything we want when we really tap into our cosmic creativity. So I think get ready for a lot of revelations when it comes to the hidden, invisible dimensions, and enriching all of our perceptions in the energies in order to really manifest our dreams. So a really beneficial weekend, I think, when it comes to releasing some emotional blockages. And we're really going to be shown those blockages with the moon opposition Pluto. So that's going to be like the moon in Cancer opposition Pluto in Capricorn, the yin, the yang energy. So this is really going to highlight our emotional blockages where we're unwilling to share our feelings with another. So, you know, this buildup, this accumulation of these emotions are likely going to be released with that transit. So it's going to be really hard to maintain that tight inner control when it comes to these underlying emotions that are being asked to be expressed instead of repressed. So this could come forward as like extreme passion or extreme violence, you know, one or the other. We do live in a dualistic reality. So I think domestically speaking, because Cancer is that home energy, it might feel like an intrusion of energy being asked to kind of release these repressed feelings. So you might find it a little bit difficult being emotionally vulnerable in an intimate relationship, especially if your moon is in Cancer. So, you know, these emotional blockages really create like this stigma of like needing to control things. So, you know, you might appear blowing hot and cold, or you might be dealing with somebody that blows hot and cold when it comes to these emotional blockages and these control issues. So I think it's really going to highlight where you've been afraid to go into the depth of the heart and to really feel that intimacy with your partner. So the energy is going to be very emotionally sensitive, and you're likely to be triggered into some hurt this weekend in order to, you know, release that threshold and to release all of those emotional blockages. So I do feel with the moon opposite Pluto, that is going to really amplify some mood swings and frustrations. But really, any frustrations come from, you know, expectations, too high of expectations, either with yourself, with another, within an intimate relationship. And this really is caused by your own inner state. So where are you at when it comes to your own inner integration of all of these energies? Because I think this is the perfect weekend, you know, to stop compromising your values moving forward, and to really kind of let loose and be open and be emotional and be vulnerable. So let's jump in with a few cards and see what else needs to come through. I know I still have about 4 zodiac signs left to get through. I'm hoping to get them posted tomorrow or Monday. I know I got Capricorn, Sag, Scorpio, and Libra left, so I do appreciate your patience. We are on March break here in Ontario, Canada, so the kids are home for the next week from school. But let's jump in and see what needs to come through. Time to go by the book. So yeah, it's like kind of walking through the fog. I think it's time to leave something behind and to walk through the doorway of a new experience. Crossing the threshold, definitely rounding completion of a cycle. And this does need to kind of be done by the book. So, you know, it's about like cleaning up any emotional baggage that is needing to be addressed is kind of what I'm feeling. You know, taking a step back, being the observer, not playing into any reactive energies, you know, breathing it out, going into meditation and figuring out that plan of action to kind of move forward. You know, I know sometimes it can be very difficult to be emotionally vulnerable, but there's big changes on the horizon when it comes to integrating our shadow, our light aspects, and learning major lessons when it comes to stepping into service, staying in the present moment, living life to the fullest, really. So, you know, we can't keep disguising our feelings and hiding them below the surface. We've really got to bring that out and not be afraid to express our true authenticity. So let's see what needs to come through for the collective. This reading is not sign specific, guys, although I will call out any zodiac signs. I do feel need mentioning. So we got the exchanging gifts, and I'm being shown the page of, or the Two of Pentacles. And then we got the fork in the road, which is like the Two of Wands, and we got this poised energy. It flipped it and reversed, and I was hearing Hanged Man. So somebody's been in this Hanged Man position at this fork in the road, needing to exchange one for another. And I feel it's kind of decision time. Yeah, big changes. You think of a zebra. A zebra is pretty hard to miss. So I kind of feel, you know, somebody's got their eye on something here, and they keep looking back. Somebody's in the midst of transformation, without a doubt. And I think blessings are on the way, but there's definitely a need to kind of mend a rift from the past, really going into this emotional baggage, releasing it, healing it, feeling it, and, you know, making peace. Forgiveness is going to be a big thing. And it is. It's about taking off that mask, stepping into authenticity, emotional vulnerability, opening up the heart. You know, opening up the heart. There's somebody here that has a lot of wisdom that they're gaining when it comes to some heart awakening. There's definitely a heart awakening in the energy. Somebody's mask is falling off because somebody's definitely, you know, looked into the window of somebody's soul. And blessings, mastering a major lesson. And I feel, you know, as we go into the depths of all of this repressed trauma, that's where all of our gifts lie, right? You think of like the heart is the center of the chakra pathway. The heart is like the receiver of the messages. And that's where all of these mystic capabilities really do lie, is within that heart. So a major exchange, cleaning up some karmic baggage, exchanging something lesser for something better, stepping into a gift, stepping into what it is that you truly deserve, and making that final judgment call. We can choose to go back and repeat a lesson. It's just going to show up in a different face, same pattern. Or we can choose, you know, to, you know, spend as much time as we need to in this suspended position, in this Hanged Man position, to learn a lesson in its entirety, and to really get rigorously honest, because this is fated, destined change coming through this weekend. It's fated. Jupiter energy, expansion, expanding beyond the stuckness, expanding beyond the repetitive emotional roller coaster cycle, getting off that roller coaster, that never ending story, because time is of the essence. And finally, understanding why I have chosen the same lesson over and over again, and what have I resisted when it comes to moving beyond that. Get ready to take action. It's time to take action and to, you know, go to calmer waters, to leave the baggage behind, to really understand this lesson in its entirety, to unlock the gateway of a brand new experience in life. Happy. You know, we're manifesting loyal, committed partnerships, and I feel time is of the essence. The time is now to rigorously get honest about what is going on. So we're going to do things a little bit different today, guys. We're going to get a couple more energy oracle messages. 6th chakra, 7th chakra. So we got the third eye and the crown chakra, a confirmation of all of the light code energies coming in. A lot of downloads, a lot of chakra upgrades have been coming in, receiving a lot of messages, and then opening up the gateway of the heart to receive the energies and going into that meditative state to really hear the messages that are coming through. So resting, that's a 19 card. Breaking down to 1, leadership. So, you know, going within, shedding the lower ego. Somebody here has a lot of love to give. Definitely big heart. big heart to give. I don't think this woman has given away her heart yet. There is a lot of heart energy coming through, and I think somebody might be preparing to approach this woman holding a heart. Water energy. We got envy on the bottom of the deck. So there's a storm warning coming. I think somebody's, you know, getting ready to break the karmic chain cycle and go towards an adjacent possibility. A new doorway is opening up. Many doorways are opening up. But what are you needing to release internally? So this could be an internal storm of brewing. When it comes to envy, jealousy, stop comparing yourself to somebody else first and foremost. We all have our own pathway to union. We all have to face our own personal, unique struggles. So, you know, you should never ever compare where you're at to anybody else. We're all on different timelines. We're all, you know, in different stages of the awakening journey, and nobody is ahead and nobody is behind. We all get where we need to go. So, you know, a lot is being balanced, I think, when it comes to the inner masculine and feminine energies, really stepping into that Jesus conscious, that Christ code activation, and stepping into, you know, appreciation for the journey. So I do think you're ready for some emotional hostilities. Maybe you're needing to, you know, cut some people out of your life that have created a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict. Maybe you're dealing with somebody envious of you, jealous of you, and because you're kind of moving on from that pattern, walking through a new doorway, really coming into mastering and balancing a lesson and opening up the gateway of the heart, opening up that fourth chakra, that heart chakra, to really advance along the ascension journey and to expand into this healing journey. So I feel a lot is coming into balance, and there's definitely a soulmate union coming through, a man holding a heart. So I feel a heart chakra activation, and I think somebody is strategizing when it comes to maybe taking some action. So let's jump in with some tarot. Princess of Cups reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, the Hierophant reversed, Five of Wands reversed. Oh my God. Five of Swords reversed. There's definitely somebody not emotionally grounded here. I think somebody is getting very angry, heated, jealous, possessive, envious energy. The Queen of Wands reversed can be very jealous, very possessive. She might be very bitter. There's likely something coming to an end. You know, there's been a lot of arguing. There's been a lot of power struggles, a lot of manipulation. And I think something is getting cut out once and for all. You might be having to, you know, watch your back with this storm warning and this envy. You might be dealing with a very vengeful person, a very bitter person, maybe over you going towards, you know, this spiritual union. They told me to leave that out in between. That man holding a heart and woman holding a heart. So there's two people here that have a lot of love for each other. And I feel preparing to come into union, into perfect balance. There's definitely going to be an exchange here. I'm going to clarify each of these Wisdom of the Oracle messages and see what's going on here with the tarot. There we go. Yeah, so I kind of feel there's going to be a union of some sort coming right up here. The fork in the road was clarified by the Devil, the Prince of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So definitely a rebalancing, a need to heal from something very toxic, codependent, addictive behavior, healing from a past trauma bond. And I feel there's been resistance to walking away from something, going towards something better. We got the exchanging gifts with the Eight of Cups reversed. So returning, somebody returning. There's also somebody here that's been pretending to be happy in a very toxic, codependent trauma bond connection. And they're getting ready to walk away is what I'm feeling, because there's a need for balance. Somebody is at the fork in the road, going through a period of death, rebirth, healing, resting, when it comes to a rebalancing, because somebody was dealing with something very inconsistent. The Devil and the Prince of Wands could be a very lustful temptress type energy. And I do feel this is stemming around some childhood patterns, perhaps even a father wound. We could have a feminine here that, you know, only attracts people that are non-committal, learning a lesson, or maybe this was past energy. You chose somebody non-committal, in and out, and they walked away from you and went towards something lesser to learn a karmic lesson, going round and round in the same pattern, and maybe wanting to return now that they're kind of learning a valuable lesson about bossing up and being emotionally vulnerable, because I do feel somebody's withheld some emotions here for quite some time, bottled them inside. Maybe, you know, you think at society culture, men are told to repress their emotions, that it's weak to be emotionally vulnerable. So there might be a masculine here that's really bottled up some emotions. 444, definitely foundations are in focus, stability, home life, deep roots, family life. And I think somebody here is gaining a new perspective, a shift in consciousness when it comes to this pre-Empress energy and a foundation. And I think going through a period of grieving, redemption, and seeking reconciliation with the universe when it comes to maybe a past connection that somebody walked away from. There's somebody grieving here, reminiscing about the past. I feel grieving, definitely on their knees. I think blocks have been removed and somebody can see clearly now who their true soulmate is. So let's see what this mending is. We do have the King and Queen of Cups out here twice, especially with the woman and the man holding a heart. So there is a deep spiritual connection here where there is a lot of love, and maybe the both of you have had your hearts ripped out of your chest. They're both kind of holding it out of their chest, but you're both kind of looking back at one another, and in between we have this Four of Wands and this Seven of Cups. This could be a foundation that broke apart a long time ago, 40 years ago, 8 years ago, and maybe, you know, somebody needed to grow up a little bit and mature a little bit. And I think the time is now to mend this connection because, you know, I think there was blocks. Somebody didn't want to look at it. And now the swords are at the side. And somebody, I feel, is, you know, definitely grieving a loss. So this might even be mending an old mindset around money. Working harder for your money. I don't know. We got the King of Pentacles in reversed with the Sun reversed on the mending. So it does feel like mending mending a money mindset. Definitely mending a money mindset. Oh my God. The King and Queen of Pentacles both in reversed with the Sun reversed and the Temperance. So definitely mending an old mindset around financial security. I feel two people here that have a lot of love for each other, and maybe you had to go into separation because neither of you knew your worth and knew your value. Maybe you've gone through a period of dark night of the soul, and I think it's time now to come back together, because this is the connection where the two of you will love very deeply and work together in mission, a new creative endeavor. And I do feel the angels are kind of trying to bring two people together to close out a major cycle. There are blessings coming. There is this perfectly balanced union coming in, and somebody's coming out of this lack mentality after a period of withholding a lot of emotions. So what is this truth be told, please? High Priestess, somebody's been holding in these feelings for a long time. I think you might even have a telepathic connection here. Could be dealing with a Pisces. It doesn't have to be. We also have Sag here, Earth energy, Aries energy, water, all of the fixed signs. But I think get ready to receive a lot of communication. Definitely a lot of communication about an ending. I think somebody's recently gone through a divorce or an ending, or, you know, the falling out of a long-standing partnership. And they're coming in with a lot of communication, a lot of messages back and forth about an ending when it comes to some third-party energy. With the Prince of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands reversed, she come out again with the Three of Cups. So yeah, there's a very angry, envious, jealous, possessive, feminine energy that is quite upset, maybe wanting to create drama and conflict when it comes to somebody no longer investing in this third-party energy. Bad investment here, yeah, and there's that Hangman reverse. That's what they showed me. So somebody's coming out of martyrdom in a very toxic, codependent situation where there's been a lot of betrayal, a lot of secrets, maybe a lack of communication, coming forward with that new offer. So there's definitely going to be a huge turn of events here. The Tower comes in to shake things up. That's universal force coming in to say, hey, it's time to move in a new direction. So I think healing some energy here for sure. There's a lot of healing going on when it comes to this cycle. So Let's get a couple last messages from Spirit. Honor your body, honor your mission. It's time to take better care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. Rest and rejuvenate. A change in the wind. Stepping into forgiveness, liberation. You know, forgiving anybody that has mistreated you, but that doesn't give them permission. But we forgive for ourselves rather than for the others so that we can move on in peace. So forgiving the past, releasing all of this emotional overwhelm, stepping into spiritual and emotional maturity, big changes. So get ready for a major epiphany as, you know, you're acknowledging and learning from the past once and for all. And I think turning that into a new creative endeavor, really going after your mindset when it comes to finances from a whole new approach, a whole new creative approach. And I think this is going to yield a lot of profits. So a lot of wisdom is being achieved, and then turning that necessary wisdom into treasure gold, turning that into, you know, doing what it is that you love. So this learning is necessary at this time. This tower is necessary at this time because I feel you're going through a huge level up. I do feel a masculine here that's likely been struggling deeply, really going to need your compassion as they come forward, I think, and seek forgiveness, because somebody here has been through a very tough karmic cycle. They've lost who they are. They're kind of returning to self, finding their strength, finding their determination to recover from this upheaval, maybe taking a step back, resting, rejuvenating, you know, taking that breathing room, going through a period of recovery before coming forward. Because I think somebody's definitely compromised their integrity, their values, just to be connected to something, likely a trauma bond, something very toxic, just so they're not alone. And I think somebody is getting ready to come out of that, you know, that withdrawal, that holding back, seeking some guidance and assistance. I think somebody's getting ready to reconnect with you in the heart space, because it's kind of time for this deep level purification, breaking away, breaking the chains of everything toxic, everything not serving your highest good, because there's fated destined change when it comes to this never-ending cycle of going round and round and up and down on this emotional roller coaster in these trauma bonds, and stepping into purpose, really learning a lesson and taking some creative action, taking your power back. And that's what I got for a message today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out the description box below. And I will be back Monday morning with the twin flame forecast for the week ahead. I'll see you all next time. Thank you.